let's take a look at our situation, which, as I recall, is bordering on desperate. And I want to examine our map in the orientation that I provided it with the water on the left. And it seems fairly straightforward to me that Akhmev, the hunter, would have escorted Vefselk, or they may have just simply run in partnership, up that trail to the right, up on top of the, um, of that level area above. Um, and then from there, it's a climb to get off the map. So, Sam, do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So those that seems to be the sort of speediest exit. Now you will see
Mm.
from as you'll see there's one traverse there which is pretty steep, right? When you sort of scamper over and there's obviously an incline going up and then all of a sudden you hit kind of a wall and you're going to have to grab it and you know
Yeah.
jump up. Maybe even one person shoves the other and then pulls them up at that point, and then there's another step, and then you turn around and you're on this. You keep going up. You can see a little shading that says you're still going up. And
Right.
at the end of that, where you're not going, because right at that turn, you guys will probably just leave the flat walkable area and work hit the cliff. You might even hit. It's a kind of a question of whether you're going to abandon your stuff. It would make a lot of sense to be a drake to climb up there. On the other hand, it means absolutely
Mhm.
abandoning your things. So I suspect that you probably won't, or at least Akhmev won't. Um, and
Mhm.
however, if you were to continue, go to the point on the map where, as if you had gone all the way, so you're overlooking the ground, right?
Mhm.
See, if you had traveled, kind of all the way and were overlooking the ground, there is actually a duster there who had been observing events from the top.
Okay.
At the moment, he's very distracted. There's no chance at all that he's going to turn around and scan behind him to see if there's anyone running around over there. That's not on
Right.
his
Right.
mind.
Mm.
So now down below, let's take a look at where different events had occurred. I don't think that it's too unreasonable. If we go toward the bottom of the map, um, I don't think it's too unreasonable for most of this dialogue to have occurred in the most central spot. So, not right next to the water. The waterfall can't be silent and sort of irritating, perhaps, to talk right next to it. But if you move a little ways away so that you are actually almost directly under that person who's watching from that spot, um, right where there's that little central thing with the bush, that rock that's obviously sticking up in the path from the bottom, if you think of Chuchult there, and your characters are placed in such a way that they aren't you have no immediate or obvious access, not without really making a point of it, to go off the map at the bottom or to the right. Your way is sort of social, if not directly physically with a whole bunch of people with linked arms, it's sort of socially placed so that you are not really able to do that. And there are probably a warrior or hunter or two. Um, do you see at toward the very top of the map how there's kind of shelves in that rock at the top center?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are people there. So, in other words, up until this point, when you were talking to the chieftain, your your path out of this area was subtly, or at least by implication, covered. you wouldn't be able to just leave without having someone have an arrow shot at you, at the very least. So that's where you are. You could. Okay, things have changed a little bit since the last couple of moments. Um, First of all, that the shaman has, had these convulsions or this insane response, and all these spirits have just pummeled everybody. So that's what the person up at the top that Vefsel can see is coping with. They just took all that damage from the spirits like you guys did. I'm going to say that Vefselk and Okmev are effectively at this moment just off the map. You've gotten up and into the rocks and are, for all intents and purposes, now whatever you encounter is what I tell you you encounter if you keep going.
Right, okay.
And then although I can assure you it's not a whole lot of other traversable, easy access roads and paths like this is. This is the good part.
Right,
how I see it. So, as for Ferrith and Ithasha, given all the commotion and that everybody's doing everything, that the sandbags, I think, are very. Do you see those two little rocks right there in the dead center of the map?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what the sandbags were sitting on.
Okay.
Right. And so they have split open, and they aren't completely emptied, but there is a little sandfall, that has come out of them, and that's what all the
Mm-hmm.
spirits, of course, issued from. And the situation is extremely chaotic at the moment. Everybody is taking damage from these spirits. They are very obviously human spirits, and their culture is also extremely evident.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm asking the two of you is where you've lost sight of Had, so I'm not going to tell you where he is. Nothing like a stealth roll in the middle of a huge spirit fight, right? And
Yeah.
then the two of you, however, just give me a placement on the map of where you are.
Okay, I think that I took a significant amount of damage, so I picturing myself on the ground because I took a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you see that small rock next to the kind of right below where the sandbags are. I think I'm at that
Over
pretty
by the
much
water?
that. Yeah,
More toward
pretty
the
much
water,
at that.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you draw a line between the big rock where the shaman arrived and the rocks where the bags are, I think I'm pretty much on that line at the height of that rock I told you
Okay.
about.
Yeah. Okay.
More or less.
How about you, Helma? Where's Natasha?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I would still probably be pretty close to both the shaman and the Yada.
I'm going to put you
because that
right.
was where I was when the commotion started,
Right.
and I don't think I had a chance to move very far from there.
I'm going to say that if we make a sort of circle that includes the entrance from the right and
Mm-hmm.
the big rock, right, that's sticking
Mm-hmm.
up right there, the big cliff that's sticking up right there,
Mm-hmm.
and then the central piece or the central sort of projection at the center bottom. If we make a little circle right there, you're right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically are. You would be right.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
So pretty far away from both Farid and those fens.
Far away. The map is divided into squares. I'm not sure how
Mm-hmm.
well you can see that, but it seems to me that the squares are about 3 meters wide.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's in Dungeons and Dragons talk. They are called 10-foot squares.
Yes.
So that's we can convert that. I mean, because the measurements in the book are in feet, and then we have to backtrack those into proper measurements later. So let's decide what everyone is doing. Oh, and as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and roll some initiative? I already rolled it for the warriors, but I didn't roll it for the other beings in question.
I have a small question about the situation, which
Of course
is
you do.
The reaction. I mean, right now it's complete chaos. But did any of the dusters give the impression that they are coming at us in any way? I mean, they expressed any form of aggression in our direction. Yeah.
At the moment, there is no evidence of that. Everybody is just in pure kind of shocked mode. I'm going to actually give each of you an intelligence check. This is me tweaking the rules slightly to use an attribute check, but I'm pretty sure it's justified in this point. So Helma and Lorenzo, but not Sam, roll your character's intelligence or less on percentile dice.
I'm above.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. In that case, both of you roll your reaction dice. Double it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a matter of observation, which is like noticing a movement or something. That was a matter of figuring things out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I did poorly on intelligence, but I did well here because I rolled a 2 and 1.
Oh, excellent. So
it's
double
6.
it, so you have 6. Now roll your regular initiative and add that value.
Which is 9.
Oh,
9 overall.
In that case, you can still act as if you rolled 9 initiative on this round. So you are actually quick enough, even though you are surprised, you are still quick enough to act, which is fine.
Where's the stamp math? I rolled 20 and I had an initiative of 3, which doesn't make any difference. And now I'm going to find those surprise rules. And
well,
I think
it just means
very
that you
logical.
lose. It just means you lose
just
this
1
round.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Wait.
Yeah. But I think it makes sense because I just got hit by some kind of.
Wait. Back up just a second.
Yeah.
Did you get a total of 23? With your then in that case you do get to act in the first round just on step 12, the very last part.
Okay.
Right. So
I just
you barely made it. Right. You absolutely barely made it. So then let's see here. I'm going to roll for these 3. Okay, and then you're coming in at 9, correct? Right, for Farith.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we've also got these guys. They don't get to go, but these guys do. So they've got their D8.